You slept all day today again, didn't you? You didn't help out at all around the house, right? Are you seriously gonna just do nothing all the time? Shouldn't you feel a little more responsibility as my wife to fulfill your duties? You really need to work a little harder. Stop being such a shitty wife.
You're really going too far. You don't understand still? I've been sick because of morning sickness. How can you be so mean to me?
You're just being spoiled right now. Morning sickness is something that you're using as an excuse. You realize that I had someone working in our office that was pregnant, right? She never seemed to complain at all. If anything, she was working harder than anyone else. She never brought up anything about morning sickness.
That's because every person is different when they're pregnant. Not everyone reacts the same way. I'm having the kind of pregnancy where my morning sickness is really bad. That's just how I am. I'm taking off my work because of my morning sickness too. It's not really anything that's new news to people. I want you to let me rest at home since that's why I'm taking off in the first place. Why doesn't someone who's more able-bodied right now take care of the household chores? Literally anyone who's not pregnant. I've been taking care of everything normally, so yeah. You guys can pick up the slack for just a little bit.
Oh, come on. That's the attitude you're gonna be giving me right now? My parents are letting you stay at their house because they want to be kind to you or something. How about you start showing your appreciation towards them for once? You need to be better.
I didn't even really want to live with them to begin with, so I don't know what you're talking about. You decided all on your own, Jason. I never agreed to any of this. The only reason I trusted you to move in with your parents was because you promised me that we would eventually move out to our own house. Are you seriously trying to move at all, or are you just full of it? I need to know now.
If you have time to think about crap like that, how about you do something for a change around the house? How about trying to cook something every once in a while for everyone, huh? You really need to stop just hanging around and resting all the time. You're literally just being a leech right now.
It's not like I'm being lazy right now. I'm literally sick. How many times do I have to explain this to you?
You better do the right thing and work hard starting tomorrow as our personal driver for the vacation.
Wait, what? What are you talking about, driver? I'm going to be driving?
Well, yeah, no shit. I want to drink from around lunch, so I'm gonna need you to drive. If you don't drive, we don't need you at all, you know? You're just coming along as a driver. Consider yourself lucky.
You realize that I might get really sick along the way. I really can't predict or put a pin on when I'm going to feel really bad out of the blue. Honestly, I really wanted to just cancel the trip outright, but I don't know. What do you think about just not going at all?
What? You can't cancel it all now. You being serious right now? This is like the only time that you're really able to be of use to anyone at all. You're normally so useless. How about you start thinking about those around you and being a productive, useful wife for once?
Wait, seriously? Are you not messing with me right now? No. Tell me the truth. Be honest with me here. Just to make things crystal clear, you want to take your pregnant wife, who is suffering from a severe case of morning sickness, to go to some family vacation against her will and use her as some kind of personal servant for you and your family?
You really need to stop complaining about your morning sickness already. I'm not gonna spoil you. You better take care of everything at the hotel.
Are you shitting with me, you moron? You must be mistaking your wife to be some kind of slave for you. Is that what's going on? You didn't know that your wife wasn't your slave? If that's the case, you need to go really take a really cold shower to wake yourself up from the delusion you're believing in.
You're really taking this all too far, Kayla. Look, let's just be real here. You have no right to say no here. You're going. You better work hard, wifey. Are we clear?
Yeah, no. Not gonna fly today, Chief. You're not going to cancel the vacation for me either, just to be clear?
If you're canceling on us, how the hell are we gonna be driving to our vacation spot? Someone's gotta drive us. You literally promised that you were gonna drive for us. Did you seriously already forget that you said you'd drive? You really need to make sure you're in tip-top shape so that you can drive for us.
If I could figure out how to just feel better and be in tip-top shape, I wouldn't be having such a hard time. Are you aware that the child that is in my belly right now is literally your own child as well?
You need to come home already. You better really rethink your priorities before you come home, too.
Miss Kayla, what the hell are you doing? Care to explain what's going on here? I heard that you don't want to go on the family vacation with us or something. You really need to stop spewing such nonsense, young lady. Well, you're really going hard on me, aren't you? You kind of surprised me with how intent all of you are on going on this trip. You haven't been doing anything as a housewife recently. You've just been in bed all day like a little sloth. How about you actually show your worth by driving us when we're going on vacation, huh? You need to pick up the slack, lady. Do you understand? Are we clear? I'll be honest with you, it kind of depends on how I'm feeling at the time, but apparently I'm going to be going on vacation, so I'll go while resting frequently to make sure that the baby is okay and everything. Can't believe that you'd say such a thing to your own mother-in-law. I just don't believe what I'm hearing. You really have some nerve saying that, don't you? Didn't your parents teach you any manners? How does Jason put up with you, really? You must really have to be so incredibly patient dealing with some spoiled lady like yourself. I'm honestly fed up, to be honest with you, and I don't know if I can do this anymore. You and I both. I don't know if I can keep this up. I thought you finally got pregnant and you'd be of any worth to this family, but then you started doing nothing. You think that just because you're pregnant you don't have to do anything? That you can just get away with anything and do whatever you like? Well, let me tell you that when I became pregnant, no one allowed that to happen. I'm sorry that you lived in such an inconvenient day and age, but that has nothing to do with my morning sickness at all. You're really just a terrible person, aren't you? You're impossible to get along with. You keep this shit up, I'm going to be chasing you out of the house. You will not be staying here with us. Honestly, I'm okay with that. I'd prefer that, actually. I wasn't really into living with his parents anyway. I wanted to live somewhere else. But Jason was intent on living with his mommy and daddy. So that's why this has all developed into whatever is going on here right now. We're here thanks to your lovely son, Jason. If you really want to chase me out of the house, please talk to Jason about it and figure it out with him. You're such a bitchy wife. Why do you have to be so thorny when you talk to other people? Whatever, you're only going to be able to act so tough and strong now. You'll see. Excuse me? What are you talking about? Nothing, it's just something on this end. You better make sure you show up tomorrow and drive correctly. I'm going to be expecting you to cook breakfast for me, too. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I won't be able to cook you guys breakfast. I don't think I'll be able to wake up at all. You guys will just have to figure it out on your own, please. I'm begging you.
Hey, where the hell are you? I can't find you. We're gonna go out and sightsee one last time before we go home. Get ready.
Your whole family is serious, the most rotten group of people I've ever seen. I'm being dead serious right now.
What are you talking about, Kayla? You need to stop. They're literally your family, too. You can't be like that. Stop talking like that.
I don't want to consider any of them my family. I don't want to be a part of that. I keep saying that I feel terrible because of my morning sickness, and I've repeated myself several times, but no one's listened. Even yesterday, they wouldn't let me drive on the highway. They said it was too expensive. They made me drive on the side road.
Well, they're literally spitting the truth. Highways are really expensive. You have to save money as much as you can. You can't just be spending money willy-nilly.
There were no rest stops, and I really felt like I was dying. I was like a zombie driving. And even after we got to the hotel, you kept trying to make me do a bunch of random crap. You wanted to just keep commanding me around like I was some kind of slave. It was all really grating, and you all sounded like little toddlers who couldn't take care of themselves.
Why are you saying stuff like that? Come on, cheer up. We just used you to your fullest extent as our personal housewife, right? You should be honored that we would even do that for you. Aren't you happy that you were able to stay at the hotel with us? Come on, cheer up.
No, it's not just okay. I'm not happy. This is literally why I wanted to cancel. I knew I would feel terrible and then all of this would happen the way it did. I didn't even want to go on this vacation at all. I wanted to stay at home and rest. You just wanted me to go to use me as your personal slave, right? I know that's all you wanted me there for.
So what? You need to stop your bitching and moaning already. How about we wrap up this sob parade and start counting our own blessings, huh? If you don't come to our family vacation, who's gonna be taking care of us during our vacation? Someone's gotta look after us. You need to stop being spoiled just because you're suffering from morning sickness. Get the hell in the car!
I'm seriously feeling the worst I've ever felt in my life.
Mom and everyone else are waiting for you.
Waiting for me, huh? They're all in the lobby then?
Yeah, exactly. Hurry up. Come on, let's go. We're all gonna go driving and go sightseeing before we go home today.
You can all just wait there then for an eternity. Just rot. Your whole family can disappear.
What? What are you talking about?
Later, you world-renowned piece of shit.
Hey, what the hell is going on? Explain yourself. Where the hell did you go? You just disappeared. I've already checked out and we want to hurry up and go out to sightsee and whatnot. We're all waiting for you. We're getting really tired of waiting around for you. Where are you? Are you just sitting around doing nothing somewhere again? Where are you doing nothing now?
I'm already on my way home. I'm not there.
What? What do you mean?
Well, I'm driving home on the highway. You know, that one thing that you said I wasn't allowed to use because you're such a stingy person? I'm actually just hanging out at the little rest stop between the house and that stupid hotel.
What, are you saying that you left us behind? You didn't do that, did you? There's no way that you just left us here. You really think you can get away with doing that? You're gonna pay for this, you understand? Kayla, stop messing around already! Turn the hell around and come back here!
That's exactly what I wanted to tell your whole family. Stop messing around.
What?
I'm seriously just at the end of my patience and so pissed off. So I just took out my revenge on your whole shitty family. I'm going to be driving straight back to my parents' house using our car now.
What are you talking about going back to your parents' house? What are you gonna go back to your parents' house for?
I already have the divorce papers placed out on the desk back at home.
What are you talking about, Kayla? You're not making any sense at all. Just hurry up and get back here already. You're taking too long. Are you seriously not here at the hotel anymore? You've already left?
I told you I'm not there anymore. I've left. I'm sure you and yours were all expecting me to drive you to your destination and just catch a ride back with me, but I'm not there anymore, so you guys just figure out how to get home on your own, please. I'm not going to help.
What? My family and I are at a loss for words. What the hell, Kayla? Why would you do such a thing to us? How could you do that?
What do you mean, why? Or how could I? The car is under my name. I bought it with my money, and I own it outright. It's mine. If I want to go home, I'm going to go home. I'm the driver, and it's literally my car. It's all me. The only reason I took the car is because it literally belongs to me, and I'm taking all of my belongings. You were joking about drinking from the middle of the day before, but let's be real with each other. You don't even have a driver's license because you're too stupid to go get a license.
I mean, that's true, but right now that has nothing to do with anything. Do you understand? This is all unimportant right now. You need to get your ass back here right now. You can't just say, oh, sorry, I left. I need you to be back here right now to help us. I can't just accept that you're gone like that. I still need to have you drive.
I mean, we're going to get a divorce, so I don't need to take care of your stupid family at all. Just so you know, I'm planning on making sure that not a single one of you ever sees my child. I mean that.
What? What the hell are you talking about, Kayla? You realize that that is my child as well? You can't just do that to me.
Okay, so it's your child as well. So what? You have literally zero interest in me, your wife, who is actually pregnant with your child. You think that the child is just going to grow up and become an adult even if you just leave it alone? That you don't need to be a parent? You have no awareness that you're going to become a parent, and I really don't have any intention or motivation to be raising a child with you at all. I also have proof of your affair that you're having, so I'm going to be suing you for all the damages. You better be ready.
Wait, hang on. What are you talking about? You need to calm way down.
No. You're the one that needs to calm down.
Proof of my affair? I don't even know the hell you're talking about, Kayla. You don't have any proof of that. I know you're full of it.
Actually, as far as the proof of your affair, I sent your mom all of the photos of you with your partner, you know, having fun. I'm sure they're going to be able to tell for sure who's doing what where now, right? No arguing? You're just a piece of shit husband that cheated on his wife while his wife was pregnant with his only child. Go to hell.
You don't have to taunt me that badly. What the hell, Kayla? What do you have against me? Besides, how did you even find out about the affair at all? I didn't even think you knew about it at all. Not that I'm here admitting about it or anything. Like, how did you think that you figured everything out?
I don't care if you admit or don't admit anything. I already said earlier, I've got proof of you and your stupid affair. I don't care as long as you pay your dues and damages for your affair.
Damages? Are you serious about getting a divorce too? I thought you were just messing around with me. I don't think I've ever given you permission to go and try to divorce me like that.
Why the hell do I need your permission to divorce you? You were cheating on me, so it's plenty of reason for me to get a divorce with you. There's no reason I need to hide. Also, I'm pretty sure I know that you were intending on getting a divorce with me too. I'm not an idiot, Jason.
What? What are you talking about, Kayla?
You were talking to your mom last night. I overheard what the two of you were saying. You were going to make your mom raise the child after it was born and not let me raise my own child. You were going to chase me out of your house and make sure that I never saw the child, right? Was that your plan? And that she wanted you to make sure that I didn't divorce you until the baby was born, right? That was your plan?
What? You were listening to me? How much did you hear? No, wait, hang on. You completely misunderstood what was being talked about. Mom said that she wanted to raise her kid, so I just couldn't, you know?
It's not just your kid, you freaking idiot. It's our child. In fact, I'm the one that's over here suffering with morning sickness. I'm the one that's carrying this child everywhere. Do you understand me? Me. You know that, and yet you're saying this kind of dumb shit. Are you serious right now? You're just gonna have me crap out the baby and then chase me out of the house, right? Hooray?
That's not what I meant, but like, come on, Kayla, don't be like that. I was gonna talk about it a little, you know? Of course I wouldn't just chase you off like that.
Talk about what exactly, Jason? What were we having a discussion about?
Oh, you know, what were you gonna do from here on out, after the baby was born?
All right, then, it's set. You must be super happy, ecstatic even, that you're going to be able to divorce me. How about you just keep making more kids with your affair partner, you piece of shit? Goodbye.
You don't have to be that mean or rude, do you? Mom is just excited to have a child. She wants to raise the baby, you know what I mean? We finally got a child, so why don't we stay married, you know? For the baby and for each other.
I have no intention of letting you do anything for the baby at all. It's my child and only my child. If you want any rights at all, I'm going to make sure that you'll be paying all child support. But I will be sure to make it so that you are only allowed to visit the child once in a while. That's it. You're going to live with the child? Raise the child? Are you serious? You've completely lost your damn mind. You better just keep daydreaming, asshole. I won't stop you.
I'm sorry, you're seriously gonna make this a terrible situation if you do this to me. I apologize for the affair, but I want you to have the baby. Please, I'm begging you.
I said I would have the baby. Of course I'm going to have the baby. But this child isn't going to have a single thing to do with you or your rotten family.
It's my child too, though. Come on, don't be like this, Kayla. I want to raise it with you. Let's both raise a child together. I don't want to get a divorce.
You were literally planning on divorcing me after I gave birth to the child. What are you talking about, you dumbass? Alrighty, well, I'll let you know when we're going to be settling everything after the divorce. We'll hash out the details when I'm ready. Alright, so that's all I've got to say. Goodbye, Mr. Failure. I hope to never see or hear from you again.
Wait, hang on!
What, you have something else you'd like to say to me?
About me and my family. We don't have any way to get around right now. How the hell are we supposed to try to brainstorm to get around?
Are you seriously asking me? I don't know and I don't care.
There aren't really any buses around here or anything. I don't even think there are taxis.
Why are you asking me, Jason? Please explain that to me. There are literally 3 grown adults there. How about you guys use whatever brain cells you have to figure it out? Oh, actually, I have a suggestion. You and your shitty family can all just walk home. Okay, that's it. Don't ever think that I'm ever going to do a single thing for you and any of you ever again. I'm never going to be that person anymore. You guys can all live life however the hell you want. Apparently, later on, that whole family had no way home at all. They were trying to figure it out, but they couldn't. They managed to try to find a bus that would drive them closer to where they could take other forms of public transport to make it home. It ended up taking them over half a day to get home. They also tried to figure out how to talk to Kayla again to try to complain to her about the whole ordeal, but she just told them that they could talk to her lawyer because she was going to be getting a divorce, and that was the end of that. Jason heard from the divorce lawyer, and he had to talk to him. His company also apparently caught wind that he was having an affair, and his life was pretty much over as he knew it. He was being sued for damages, and everyone around him figured out that he was having an affair as well. No one would talk to Jason at all, and eventually, he was all alone. Even his family that was doing everything they could to do their absolute worst to Kayla were also shunned completely. Their family apparently all completely split up and lost each other to everything. A few months later, Kayla gave birth to her child successfully and she was happy with her child. Jason, on the other hand, has no plans to ever be able to see his child in the near future. If you think about what he did to her and his child, you can't really expect anything else. Kayla just swore that her and her child would never cross paths with that terrible family ever again.
Well, my boss invited me, so I'll be going on another resort trip this weekend. It's just for business, but still, spending my days off with my boss? Seriously, it's such a drag.
What? Again? Isn't that a bit too much? You've been going away all the time these last few months, haven't you? Don't you think it's about time you took a break? I mean, even if it's a resort trip.
I guess so, but it's not like I dislike going to a resort. I don't mind it, and since it's for work, there's no point in complaining about it, right?
True, but still, it feels like we hardly have any time together as a couple. And remember, we had plans to visit my parents this weekend. You said you'd come with me.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. It's not like I'm choosing this over you. I have work commitments too, you know? You can go to your parents' house by yourself. Even if I go, it would just be for show. The kids will be happy just to see my face for a bit.
I get that it might seem trivial to you, but don't you think the kids would want to spend some time with their dad? And honestly, going back home with the kids alone is no walk in the park for me. You've never had to take care of them on your own, so you wouldn't understand.
Come on, saying you have a hard time with the kids when you can have such adorable children all to yourself is really a spoiled complaint, don't you think?
If you think it's just about how cute the kids are, then that proves you're not really involved in raising them. It's not just about them being cute. There are plenty of challenges that come with it, too.
If the kids heard you say that, they'd be so upset. Seriously, you sound like a pretty terrible mother.
If you think you can handle it better, then why don't you try doing it yourself? Stop enjoying your trips with your boss and take the kids on a trip by yourself at least once. Or even just stay home and take care of them alone for a bit. Trust me, you'll regret saying that.
Excuse me? What are you talking about? You have no idea how difficult it is to travel with my boss. That's why you can say such things. I'm not going on trips with my friends. It's all really stressful.
I used to go on those kinds of trips before we had kids too, you know. But ever since the kids were born, it's always been me taking care of them because you can't handle it alone, right? Realistically speaking, traveling with my boss just isn't something I can do without your support. So tell me, if I said, hey, I'm going on another 2-night resort trip with my boss, so can you take care of the kids? Would you really do that? Because I'm juggling work, house chores, and parenting over here. It's not easy for me.
You're so annoying. It's because you always act like you're so put upon that I don't want to help. If you'd just keep your mouth shut, I might actually want to help out. It's the way you say things that makes me want to back off.
First of all, what do you mean by helping? Parenting is something we should do together, especially since both of us work. Do you think it's normal for me to be the one solely responsible for the kids just because I'm a woman? You're not just here to help. You should be taking an active role. The very idea that I have to ask for help is what's wrong here.
Oh, you're so damn annoying. If you have complaints, go home to your parents and tell them. Anyways, I have to work with my boss this weekend. I'm not coming home, so don't bother contacting me.
This conversation is going nowhere. Hey, answer your phone. This is an emergency. I just rushed to leave you a voicemail. Why haven't you responded at all? Right now, all of our family members are rushing to the hospital, and we need you here too. You have to come as soon as you see this message. It's really serious. We're all very worried, and it's important that you get here as quickly as possible. The situation is critical, and we don't know what's going to happen. It's really dangerous, and the last thing we need is for anyone to delay in getting here. The kids are with me, so just come straight to the hospital without stopping at home. We'll be waiting for you here, and I know it's a lot to ask, but it's important that we're all together right now. Please understand how urgent this is. I wouldn't be calling you like this if it weren't a serious situation. I really need your support right now, and the kids need their dad too. They're scared, and we all want to be there for each other during this tough time. It's moments like this that remind us of how important family is, and we can't do this without you. So please, as soon as you get this message, drop everything and head over to the hospital. We're all really counting on you to be here with us. I can't stress enough how crucial it is that you come. I'll keep you updated on what's happening as soon as I can, but right now just focus on getting here. We need to stick together as a family in times like this. Please hurry.
I'm so tired. Traveling with my boss is exhausting. And what's with this mountain of messages? I got your voicemail and it sounded so dramatic. You were like, "Your mother is in critical condition. Come to the hospital immediately." It felt like something straight out of a drama series. And by the way, where have you been? Today was supposed to be the day you were coming home, and yet there's no food prepared at home?
Oh, you finally returned. Well, I'm at my parents' place letting the kids rest. Honestly, I'm surprised you managed to come back from your trip considering the situation.
And about your mom being in critical condition? I really don't care. You were just on vacation, weren't you? Are you still lounging around at your parents' house? Lucky you. So what's going on with the old lady? Not that it has anything to do with me.
We just finished my mother-in-law's funeral. We're currently gathered here to talk things over.
Wait, what? Your mother-in-law? Hold on a second. Are you saying that your mother-in-law is actually my mother?
Yes, that's right. Didn't your dad call you? He mentioned he left you a message, too.
Huh? My dad did send me a message saying to come home right away and go to the hospital, but...
So you were blocking your communications from your relatives? That explains why I hadn't heard anything. I guess you were too busy worrying about how to manage your trip with your boss, huh?
Well, of course. I'd find it annoying if I were getting all these bothersome messages from my family while I'm with my boss. Wait a second, are you seriously telling me that it's my mother?
I've been telling you that. We've been extremely busy with the funeral arrangements. I tried to contact you so you could see her one last time, but instead, you decided to ignore all the messages and just enjoy your vacation, only to come back now. Honestly, even your family is at a loss for words about it.
I know, but I didn't think something like this would happen.
But your mom had been suffering from heart issues for a long time, right? It was bound to get worse. When I got the call saying she had taken a turn for the worse and was in critical condition, you should have come right away. If you had, you could have seen her one last time.
I can't believe this happened! Mom!
I'll be heading back home with the kids once everything settles down here, so you're an adult, just take care of yourself for now. You had no idea how hard it's been trying to juggle everything. While you were off enjoying your trip, I was dealing with the kids and the situation here. I can't believe you didn't think to check your messages and respond sooner.
I didn't think it would turn out like this. I thought we had more time.
You really should have been more aware. It's not just about your vacation. You have responsibilities and family to think about. The least you could do is check in, especially when things are serious. You may be relaxed right now, but the reality is that life doesn't stop for anyone.
I get that, okay? I really do, but sometimes I just need a break from all of this.
I understand needing a break, but there's a time and a place for everything. When family is involved, especially with such grave matters, you can't just ignore it. I wish you'd been here to support me and the kids when it mattered.
You're right. I should have been more considerate. I just didn't think it would escalate this quickly.
Now it's too late. I hope you realize how important family is and how vital it is to be present during tough times. You can't just turn your back on your responsibilities.
I promise I'll do better next time. I just hope it won't be under these circumstances again.
It's not about making promises now. It's about learning from this experience. Family means being there for each other, no matter the situation. So please try to remember that. Thanks for waiting, Mary. I'm all set over here. Kaylin, thank you so much. You got here much faster than I expected. This really helps me out. Right? I mean, this is a big deal for you, so of course I'm going to move quickly to help. But I really can't believe that guy. He's unbelievable. I appreciate it. I truly do. At first I was completely overwhelmed and didn't know what to think. But now everything is starting to connect, you know? It feels like I can finally make sense of it all. Yeah, I get that. I was hesitant about whether or not to tell you at first too, but I really want you to find happiness. You've been doing so much on your own with the kids. It's a relief that it finally turned out this way. Kaylin, I can't thank you enough for everything. Oh, it's nothing, really, but seriously, the world feels small sometimes, doesn't it? So, are you prepared for what's coming next? Are you really going to follow through and put an end to this? Absolutely. I know that this is the best outcome for me. I see. Well, that's great. Then let's stick to the plan and go for it. I'm honestly looking forward to this. I can hardly contain my excitement. It's like all the pieces are finally falling into place and I'm ready to take action. I've been waiting for the right moment to make my move, and now that I have your support, I feel much more confident. Knowing that I have someone like you in my corner makes all the difference. You know how much I've struggled with this situation, and just thinking about finally putting it behind me fills me with hope. I can't wait to reclaim my life and start fresh without all this baggage holding me back. This is going to be a turning point for me, and I'm ready to embrace whatever comes next. Let's do this together and make it happen. I've got your back just like you've got mine through this entire process. So let's get everything organized and take the first step. I'm ready to face whatever challenges lie ahead with newfound determination.
By the way, I've got another golf trip with my boss next weekend. I was sleeping when you came back yesterday, so I didn't get a chance to talk to you.
Wait, what? Again? How can you even think about going on another trip after everything that's happened? Your mother is in such a serious condition because you were away on vacation. Don't you think it's time to take a break from all this traveling?
I do think about it, but what can I do? It's a work obligation, and I have no choice but to go. Plus, especially in times like this, I want to forget everything for a while and just have some fun. And you shouldn't be complaining about things at a time like this.
You did tell your boss about your mother's situation, right? He's still inviting you despite everything? That says a lot about him, too.
Huh? What do you know about my boss? It's fine if you want to criticize me, but don't speak ill of my boss.
What are you talking about? You've told him you had kids, right? If he knows you have a wife and children, he's still inviting you out. That's just disrespectful.
Shut up! We've got our own circumstances here. I'm in a good position with my boss, so there's nothing I can do about it.
That makes it even worse. Can't you just tell him that your wife is upset? Were you in such a position that you couldn't say that?
Talking to you is pointless. Seriously, you're such a difficult person to deal with. It's like you've completely changed since you got married and had kids.
I think you're the one who changed me. Don't you realize it? You act like nothing has changed in your life despite having kids, living your life like you're still single. How long do you think you can go on like this, expecting to be taken care of like a child? Don't you understand that you're a parent now?
Oh, right. So everything is my fault, huh? Just go ahead and be friendly with the kids. I'll be off having fun with my boss while you're at it.
Fine, I get it.
What are you thinking? Why are you in a place like this?
That's what I was going to ask you. What are you doing sneaking into a married woman's house while her husband is away on a business trip and having a cozy overnight getaway, just the two of you? Looks like you're not even in the same company and you're not going out golfing either. What happened to that supposed golf trip with your boss?
Are you kidding me? You weren't following me, were you?
Well, technically speaking, it wasn't me. I just had a professional investigator check things out for me. And it turns out you were having yet another overnight getaway at your girlfriend's house today. So I thought this is ridiculous and decided to crash the party.
The audacity! You're the one who should be saying that! Your girlfriend must have been so shocked that she started crying, right?
At a time like this, you're still worried about her? Oh, this is hilarious. You came out half naked, for crying out loud. Sure, I had my friend ring the doorbell so you wouldn't know I was here, but still. How could you be so foolish? It's disgusting. There's no way out of this, is there?
By the way, why are my relatives here with you?
I brought them along. Just showing evidence wasn't going to cut it. They said it must have been a misunderstanding. So I asked them to come to the scene with me. That way they could see the undeniable proof with their own eyes, right?
You've got to be kidding me! How did it come to this?
That's what I was about to say. Could you bring your girlfriend out here already? If you don't want to talk outside, then just let us in the house. We can all have a nice chat together, can't we?
Are you insane? There's no way I could accept such a chaotic situation.
But you're the one who created this chaos. You left the kids with me, and here you are cozying up with your girlfriend. As a father, as a man, and as a human being, you're the lowest of the low.
Well, that's because ever since you became a mother, you've been all about the kids. You've lost any charm or femininity you might have had, so it's no wonder.
You think that's a valid excuse for your actions? I have every right to want to protect the child I brought into this world with my life, and I believe that wholeheartedly. If we could have co-parented together, maybe I could have felt like a woman again. But you've done nothing but come home and leave all the cooking, cleaning, and child rearing to me, while you play with the kids only when they're in a good mood. You sit there fiddling with your phone instead of helping with their studies. I simply don't have the time to deal with a pathetic man like you. If you wanted attention, you should have made time for me.
There's no need to pile it on like that. How did you even figure this out?
You underestimate a woman's intuition, don't you? The moment you started going out more, I felt something was off. You stopped wanting to be intimate, and then there were those little moments where you'd compare me to other women. You really had no idea you were doing that, did you?
Huh? Was I doing that?
Yes, you were. And then, just at that time, I started getting tips about you. They said you were at a resort with another woman. You'd go to popular resorts, so of course my friends would see you. This world is much smaller than you think, you know.
Wait, I was being seen like that?
Yep, and that's when I became convinced. But since I thought that alone would not be enough proof, I got my friends and a private investigator involved to prepare for a solid case against you.
A case? What do you mean? We're married, right?
We are married, huh? You're the one who betrayed me, so who are you to talk? I've been putting up with your betrayal all this time. When I told you that it was unreasonable for someone to invite you knowing that you had a wife and kids, I was angry for my beloved girlfriend, wasn't I? Just go ahead and do whatever you want because I am getting a divorce.
What? But the kids are involved too. Don't you think it's cruel for them if we divorce?
It's better for them to grow up in a warm, loving home rather than living with a father who's a traitor and watching his dysfunctional relationship with their mother.
Why would you say something like that?
Because you act so selfishly. I will definitely be filing for alimony, and as soon as the other husband gets back, I'll be talking to him. You're getting divorced from me, and you can deal with your life afterward as you please. I'll be sure to claim a hefty alimony from you, and of course you'll be paying child support too.
Stop it! This is all because you stopped being a woman. You just wanted to spend time with another woman, didn't you? You have some responsibility in this too.
Do you think I'm just going to let that slide? I'm managing everything while also taking care of 2 kids. Why do I have to continue to deal with someone who can't even take care of the children or help with the household chores?
Dealing?
I am working without any time off. If you wanted my attention, you should have saved some energy for it. You come home fiddling with your phone, eat the food I made without a second thought, take long, relaxing baths in the bathroom I scrubbed clean, and sit there looking satisfied at the faces of the children I struggled to put to bed, pretending to be a father. You're a worthless man.
You don't need to say it like that.
I'm doing everything. And you expect me to be your night partner too? If you want me to keep looking beautiful by putting on makeup and taking care of my hair and skin, then you better start making time for me to do that. I am barely managing to keep myself alive and care for the children. And you think you can just go off and satisfy your own desires with other women? You don't deserve to call yourself a father.
I'm sorry, I messed up. Just don't make this a bigger deal than it is. Please don't tell her husband. I'll do my best from now on.
I don't have the space in my heart to accept the dirty person you've become. You are a criminal who broke the law, so make sure you pay for your actions. It is pathetic how you keep worrying about yourself. Oh, and just so you know, my punishments won't end here. I'll make sure to report this to your workplace as well. You were supposed to be on a trip with your boss, so we need to confirm that, don't we?
Wait! Please stop! Anything but that! I'm working hard for my promotion! If you ruin that for me, my future!
Have you realized the extent of what you've done before you started talking? You have no idea how much you've hurt me. You're sacrificing the children for your own desires. Finally, my husband lowered his head, ready to admit his faults, something that took far too long. Initially, I thought he would allow me and my relatives to enter his home so that we could have a serious discussion about the situation at hand. However, to my shock and a certain degree of satisfaction, he was outright punched by her father as soon as he arrived. Witnessing that confrontation was a bizarre mix of emotions, but I must admit it left me feeling quite satisfied. It was a cathartic moment, especially considering all the pain and betrayal I'd been experiencing. The woman in question came to me and apologized deeply, going so far as to kneel before me in a gesture of contrition. I could see the remorse in her eyes as she bowed her head, trying to express her regret for what had transpired. However, I could not simply accept her apology at face value, for I had a child whose future was now entangled in this mess. My heart ached as I thought about how our lives had been turned upside down due to the actions of these adults, who seemed to act without considering the consequences. Understanding the gravity of our predicament, I made it crystal clear to her husband just how frivolous she had been in her actions with my husband. I felt it was essential for him to know the full extent of what had happened, the betrayals and the disloyalty that had transpired between them. It wasn't merely a matter of emotions, it was a violation of trust that had ramifications affecting not only the adults involved, but also the innocent children caught in the crossfire. As we engaged in this painful discussion, I realized that she seemed to be a full-time housewife, dedicating her life to maintaining her home and caring for her family. However, her world had turned upside down when her husband filed for divorce. a decision that had consequences not only for her, but also for everyone else involved. I couldn't help but feel a mix of emotions watching her situation unfold. It was ironic that we both found ourselves in such unfortunate circumstances, albeit in different ways. After her husband left her, my husband faced his own set of consequences. I had reported the affair to my company, which led to my husband being reassigned to a remote location. This drastic change in his work situation felt like a punishment that fit the crime. But it was also a bitter reminder that we were both paying for the choices made in moments of weakness and poor judgment. It was as if fate had dealt us both a harsh hand, forcing us to start down a path of disappointment and regret. In our conversation, I made sure to emphasize that this situation wasn't merely a fleeting moment of weakness. It had lasting repercussions that would follow us for years to come. I needed her to understand that while she sought forgiveness, the consequences of her actions extended far beyond a simple apology. My husband and I were now living in the fallout of their indiscretions, and it was our child who would ultimately bear the brunt of this turmoil. The stakes were high, and I couldn't allow myself to become lost in anger and revenge. As I spoke, I could see the emotions flickering across her face. Guilt, sorrow, and perhaps a hint of realization that her actions had not only harmed me, but had also disrupted her own life and family. The weight of her decisions was heavy, and I sensed that she was beginning to grasp the far-reaching effects of what she had done. It was a complex web of emotions that we were both navigating, filled with resentment and a yearning for understanding. I recounted the moments that had led to this confrontation, recalling how my husband had initially been evasive about his feelings, how he had made excuses, and how I, in turn, had been forced to confront the reality of our fractured relationship. The betrayal stung deeply, but this encounter felt like a necessary step towards resolution, or at least towards closure. We were both feeling the fallout from the choices made by those we trusted, and it was a painful yet pivotal moment. As she listened to my words, I could see her processing the information, reflecting on her own role in this saga. She began to share her perspective, explaining her frustrations and the feelings of neglect within her marriage. I listened patiently, allowing her to express herself, knowing that understanding her viewpoint was crucial in moving forward. While I sympathized with her feelings of loneliness and isolation, I couldn't let that cloud my judgment regarding the choices she had made that had led us to this point. Her story mirrored my own in some ways, and it was a stark reminder that unhappiness in a relationship can lead people to make choices they might not otherwise consider. We were both victims of our circumstances, yet I felt an overwhelming need to assert that her choices were hers alone. I wouldn't let her actions undermine the seriousness of what had transpired. The damage had been done, and acknowledging that was the first step in seeking a resolution. As the conversation continued, we both began to reflect on the changes our lives had taken. She spoke of her dreams and aspirations that had been sidelined due to the pressures of family life and the neglect she felt from her husband. In turn, I shared my struggles with maintaining stability for my child amidst the chaos. We found common ground in our shared experiences of loss, even if the roots of our problems were different. It was an unexpected connection forged through our pain. The meeting felt transformative in many ways, as we moved from being adversaries to allies in understanding our struggles. I felt a strange sense of solidarity with her, realizing that we were both navigating a rocky path filled with uncertainty and disappointment. Our conversations morphed from accusations into discussions about how we could both move forward, despite the hurt that lingered in the air. After we shared our stories, we noticed a shift in her demeanor. The tears in her eyes were replaced with a semblance of understanding and acceptance. She grasped the weight of her actions, and I could tell that she was beginning to process the implications of her choices. This encounter was not merely about seeking revenge or an apology. It had become a moment of shared understanding, an acknowledgement of the complexity of our lives. In the end, we parted ways with a newfound sense of respect for each other. It wasn't a resolution to all our problems, but it was a step toward acknowledging the reality we faced. I felt lighter somehow, as if shedding some of the burdens that had weighed me down for so long. While our paths were fraught with difficulties, we both understood that moving forward would require honesty, introspection, and the willingness to confront consequences of our own actions. As I walked away from that encounter, I felt a surge of determination. I knew I had to focus on rebuilding my life and securing a better future for my child. The challenges ahead would be significant, but I was ready to face them head-on, equipped with the knowledge that I was not alone in this journey. There was a shared understanding between us now, a recognition of our struggles, and perhaps, just perhaps, a glimmer of hope for what lay ahead. Reflecting on everything that had transpired, I realized that forgiveness was not an easy path, but it was essential for my own healing. I understood that I had to move forward, and I would have to let go of the anger and resentment that had consumed me for so long. It was a difficult realization, but it was necessary for my peace of mind. Our children were innocent in all of this, yet they were the ones who would suffer from the mistakes. Thinking about the future, I began to formulate a plan for myself and my child. I wanted to ensure that they grew up in a loving and stable environment, free from the chaos and uncertainty that had characterized our lives repeatedly. It was crucial for me to provide them with the support and guidance they needed to navigate their own lives, and that meant prioritizing their well-being above all else. The road ahead would be challenging, but I was determined to face it with courage and resilience. I knew I couldn't change the past, but I could shape the future for myself and my child. Through hard work and determination, I would strive to create a better life for us both. I could see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I was ready to pursue it with all my heart.
Hi, Shelley. It's been far too long. Have you been doing all right for yourself?
Huh? I'm sorry, but who am I speaking to right now? It appears that I never saved your phone number if I do happen to know you, so I apologize. Are you someone that I'm related to through work?
Not at all. It's me. It's your mom.
What? Mom, did you end up changing your number?
What are you talking about, Shelley? I don't think I even had a phone back in the day, so I never even had a phone number. It really has been a long time since the last time we saw one another, right? 20 years ago or something close to that.
Huh?
By this point, you should be turning 30 here soon, or are already 30, right?
No, actually, I'm only 25 years old. Wait, are you the one from over 20 years ago that left me and Dad?
Left you? That's not something you should be saying about someone doing to anyone, okay? I never meant to leave you guys back then anyway. I had a lot of problems causing me trouble back in those days, and that's why I had to leave the house for a while.
Are you sure? Are you really Brenda?
What is up with you, Shelley? Why would you call your own mother by her first name like that? You can call me Mom, just like you called me all those years ago.
No, wait a second. What? Why would I ever call you my mom now? From what I remember and from what I've been told, you left Dad and I 20 years ago because you had a massive amount of debt, and you left Dad with it all to pay it off. You think I'd call someone that did that to my dad Mom? Why the heck are you even talking to me now anyway? You haven't even contacted me whatsoever for the past 2 decades, so why now of all times have you decided to come out of hiding? And before you answer that, tell me how the heck you even found my phone number in the first place?
Well, I came back to town and asked one of your old-time friends about you and how to contact you. And they even told me that you're married right now as well. Oh, congratulations. I'm so proud of you, Shelley. And I feel so proud to have a daughter like you.
Ah, so that's what this is all about then. So that's the reason why after 20-odd years you're coming back out and trying to get in touch with me again. I'm sure you heard all about the man I married, right?
Well, to be honest, anyone would want to get back in touch with their daughter, having heard that she got married to a CEO. Really, I need to make sure that I hold on to you more closely now. Thank God I have someone like you around for me still.
Why are you acting like I'd even want anything to do with you now? How does me getting married to my husband have anything to do with you coming back to me? I'm so thrilled to see that you're happy to be in touch with me, but that feeling is not mutual. So please leave me alone forever now.
What are you talking about, Shelley? How's about you and I start living together?
Excuse me?
I'm sure you really are thrilled to finally be hearing from your mom after 20 years, right? And for the past 20 years, I've really been begging to see you again. But I never had the chance to go out and see what kind of beautiful woman you were turning into until recently. I'm sure the reason you landed a successful man like that is because you were raised by a hottie like me and have turned out as my twin. I'm sure if you looked like your dad, you'd be a total train wreck right about now.
Stop that! Don't you dare say anything more about my dad in that way. It's because of you and your selfish behavior that Dad was forced to have to pay off so much of your debt. And I'm sure you never even thought about that back then.
And let me tell you this, Shelley, he wasn't the only one that had to go through a lot of hardships like that. I myself had a lot of problems that caused me all sorts of headaches, so stop acting like he was the only one. But listen, back then I was young and I had no other choice than to leave the house for a while. And now that I'm getting close to being in my 50s, it's time for me to settle back down and be with my family again. And that's why you should be fine with me coming to live with you, right?
No freaking thank you.
Why not? I'm asking you in the most politest way I know how.
This isn't about the way you're asking me or anything like that. I just don't want you back in my life. I don't even think of you as my family. So there's no way you're coming to live in my house. And if you continue to beg me to let you come, saying that you want to see me so badly, I'm going to block you.
Is it really necessary for you to be so cold to your own mother? And what is this about you not thinking of me as your mother anymore?
That means that you're not my mom. And you never ever will be. I'm not even sure why you decided it was a good idea to contact me like this without at least thinking about how I'd respond to you first. But you're seriously getting on my nerves.
Are you kidding me, Shelley? I finally came around to gathering the confidence to contact you after so many long and hard years, and this is how you're going to act? Well, if this is really how you're going to treat me, then maybe I was better off never contacting you.
You're exactly right. You should have never bothered. And what's this about needing confidence anyway? Were you afraid I'd be upset with you? Because you were right to be afraid of that outcome.
No, it's just that the only reason I haven't been speaking to you at all for so long is because I never had the confidence to reach back out to you. But you have to trust me when I say that this whole time I've been thinking about you. And this time I finally thought, after sending you the first message, that this would be my chance to meet you again. Why are you giving me the cold shoulder, Shelley? You're supposed to be my daughter.
Do you think by telling me something like that about yourself, you're going to get me to feel moved by it?
What is wrong with you? You are seriously being way too rude to your own mother.
Are you sure that I'm the one being rude to you? I wasn't the one that left her 5-year-old daughter and husband while in major debt and never coming back even after a decade had passed. Now, you can stop trying to talk with me. I'm totally okay with you just leaving me alone now.
I want the two of us to become family again and rekindle what we had so long ago.
Rekindle what we had? You do realize we aren't a couple or anything, right?
When I tried getting in touch with your father, he never bothered to even respond to me. I was being so kind and everything to him when saying that I'd love to be back in the same home with him. But he never sent me a reply or even read my message to him.
I'm sure in his case he didn't want to read what you'd sent to him and has already blocked your number by now. My dad is a very cutthroat person after all.
I'm getting tired of going on about this, Shelley. Now let me come and live with you again. And please take great care of me as well. It was me that brought you into this world in the first place, right? So you'd better be willing to pay back the favor.
Thank you so much for giving birth to me. There you go. I just said thank you for your hard work. Can we seriously be done here now?
What the heck is that? Let me come and live with you right now.
Can you please stop trying to force your way back into my life just so that you can have my money? You just asked me to take great care of you. In other words, you only want to be around me for my money, right?
Well, when you put it that way, I suppose so. Well, you already know what I want from you, so I'll be there soon to start living with you again. Please and thank you. And if you don't tell me your address soon, I'll just look it up or something. It's not that hard of a piece of information to find these days.
Huh? You really think it's a great idea to take things that far?
And if I have to pay someone to find you for me, I'll make sure you pay me for that fee when I arrive.
I've had enough of this, Brenda. Stop trying to act like things will turn out your way after trying all of that with me. What right do you even think you still have to be saying things like that to me? Seriously? You are nothing to me now besides a complete stranger. And even strangers know not to say things like that.
I am your mother, and that's why I'm talking to you this way. As far as I can tell, the man you've married seems to have the kind of money to help his mother-in-law get back on her feet and live a happy and fun life. So you can see now there's no other option besides letting me come live with you, right? You happened to land yourself a CEO for a husband? That's pretty dang amazing, considering how ugly you are. But I'm going to rekindle the love we had back in the day, so let me come and live with you in that house of yours right now.
Well, if you really want to talk about who my mother is, then you can talk with her about it, since she's sitting right next to me.
Huh?
Are you going to shut the hell up now after realizing that you aren't my mom anymore? Right now, I'm living with my mom, and she is most definitely not someone like you. So what the actual frick are you going on about by saying you're my mom and everything?
Your mom? That woman is anything but your mom, Shelley. I'm not sure whether your dad got remarried or something else to force a woman like that into your life, but the only mother you have right now is me. So you treat me like your mother again and let me come live there with you.
No way.
Huh?
After you ran away and left us with your debt, Dad was able to find another woman to marry who took us both in as her own. And to me, she is my real mother, not you. I am thankful that you went through the hardship of giving birth to me, but besides that, you mean nothing more to me than any other stranger. Actually, I take that back. You mean less to me than most strangers.
And what do you mean she's with you right now? Are you actually letting her live with you?
I already told you that we're living in the same house together, but I guess you didn't bother reading that. She just moved in with us last week, and from here on out, she'll be staying with us forever. However, it doesn't really feel that way since my husband was able to build her own sub-house on the property. So really, she's living with us, but in a separate building. It's just nice having her live close to us, though, so that we know she's safe and can reach out to us whenever she needs anything. The whole family is all living together now, and all happy about it.
Is it really necessary for you to be so cold to your own mother? What the hell do you think you're saying to me?
What's wrong? Why are you getting so upset with me now after hearing something like that? Aren't you supposed to be all happy to see that I'm doing well? Or perhaps you're upset because you can't be here with all of us.
Stop saying things like that. I have every right to be upset about something like this. And I'm sure anyone else in my shoes would be as well. I'm supposed to be your mother, but you keep talking about that other woman as though she's your mom.
Really? I've told you multiple times now that you are not my mother and never will be, right? You haven't even seen me for the past 20 years now. So who the hell are you even? That's what I feel like asking you because I seriously have no clue about who you are or why you think it's okay to be talking to me like this. I bet if we met, I still wouldn't even be able to identify who you are.
Why do you keep talking more and more like that to me? Did your dad never teach you the correct way to talk to your mother? I never meant to do anything wrong to you, and I was the one who gave birth to you, so seeing you act like such a jerk to me hurts. What the hell am I supposed to do when my daughter doesn't know how to treat me right?
You only gave birth to me. 5 years after that, you then left me and were never there for me my whole life growing up. And because of you running away from me and Dad, you left Dad in a terrible position where he had to sacrifice so much to keep us afloat. He was lucky to have found someone like my mom to marry him. And since then, he's been a whole lot happier with life.
Lucky to have found someone like her? He should be lucky to have had me around to give him you as his daughter. And now I need you to be my daughter. What am I supposed to do if my own daughter doesn't want to help take care of me?
Well, let me tell you that it's not any of my business what you do.
What?
And as far as Dad being lucky to have had you, shut the hell up! All you did for him was bring a daughter into this world, but after that you left him to care for me all the time, even though he had work to focus on as well. And you did all that just so that you could go out every night and have fun on the town. And when you started to rack up some serious debt, you left it for Dad to take care of as you ran off, never to be heard from again. You never once treated me like your daughter back then, you dog. The only person you ever cared about back then was yourself, and even now you're showing me that you haven't changed one bit.
The past has nothing to do with now.
It sure the hell does, though, Brenda. My actual mom has been with me for the past 18 years and has raised me as her own without ever questioning who I was to her. And even though we don't share the same blood, I'd have to say mine looks a lot more similar to hers, instead of whatever toxic crap runs through your veins.
Do you really think she can be your mom? I bet deep down she doesn't really care for you and has only been raising you just to stay with your father. So stop trying to act as though that love is mutual, because it sure isn't.
Say whatever you'd like, Brenda, but know that the love I have for her will never go to you. And by the way, I'm not even legally your daughter anymore. I only have one mother, both legally and personally. So can we seriously be done with all of this? You can complain all you want about reality, but it's not going to change a dang thing.
The only mother you're ever going to have is me, and that's it. Now you come help me. Pay for me to have a good life in my later years.
The fact that all you care about is having me around to pay for your needs is disgusting. So disgusting that I will never, ever let you into my life.
Huh?
Even after 20 years have passed after you ran away to fix your problems, you're still struggling and that's why you came looking for me? And when you saw that I had gotten married to a man with lots of money, you thought you'd be able to come live with me? Stop freaking around, you old stupid dog. Sure, I am thankful that you gave birth to me and all that, but I don't care about you in any other way. So what though? Like, really? I'm sorry that you think giving birth to me gives you a free pass to rule over me, but it doesn't. And you didn't even stick around to raise me, so really all you did was the bare minimum. I'm living a very happy life now with my family. So how about before you come back to me trying to join us, you first fix your own dang life, you idiot.
What kind of attitude is that? You have no right being that mean towards me.
I think my attitude towards you is warranted right now, considering you threw my dad and I away when I was only 5 years old. To be honest, I don't give a flying frick about you. But really, growing up, I did have something against you. You ruined my dad's whole life, leaving him with your debt, and that hurt me more than not having a mother for 2 years. But when my dad found his new wife, things changed for him, and he was slowly able to pay off all your debt with her help. Really, you leaving the two of us behind was the best thing for us, as we finally got to experience peace with my current mom around. So please, for the love of God, can you just leave us all alone now?
You know I can't do that. If I leave you all alone, what's going to happen to me? This is my only chance to pay off all my current debt and be completely free again.
I knew it. You really did only come looking for me because you need money. Well, too bad nobody over here cares about you anymore.
Right now, the amount of debt I'm in is way too much for only me to handle, though. No matter how hard I try and break free, I need someone like you to come and help me. So please help me, Shelley.
Are you not embarrassed to be acting like that?
Huh?
You're coming back crying to the child you threw away 20 years ago, asking for money. It's freaking embarrassing, even for me. Also, I just talked with my longtime friend about how you asked them for my number. You came back to town because you were so broke that you have been going to everyone you once knew in town asking for money. Even my longtime friend said that you went to her asking for money. But you know what? I don't care that you're doing that, just as long as you stop saying to everyone that you're my mom.
But you are my daughter, which makes me your mother.
You sure as hell aren't. Also, I just told Dad about what you've been wanting to tell him.
You told him? I'm sure he wants to get back with me as well now, right? If he is feeling that way about me, then tell him that I'm totally down with the two of us getting married again.
Hold up. What kind of fantasy is that you're thinking of? He told me to let you know that we are all much happier without you in our lives.
What? But I have the right to be happy with all of you as well, right?
You have nothing to do with us now, so what you've said makes no sense to me. Well, anyway, my dad doesn't have anything else to say to you about this, so consider him gone. And he said if you still want to talk with him about anything, to go through his lawyer.
Huh? Lawyer? Why should I go talk to his lawyer?
Well, he has been in touch with his lawyer and the police again about how you've been causing us problems, and they said that depending on what you do next, they may have to come and arrest you. So, I think this is it for you, right? It's best that you just give up and go away.
Wait a second. Why are things turning out this way? I haven't even done anything wrong, yet you want to get the law involved?
Recently, you've been sending him a lot of emails threatening him, right?
What? Threatening him? All I've been doing recently is try and get a hold of him after 20 years have passed.
Just know that if you do anything more to us after today, my dad is going to have to act and make sure you never are seen by us again. There is literally nothing else you can do now. So just stop already. You are the idiot that decided to throw away your family 2 decades ago, so you have to live with that choice now. I don't care about the life you have to live now, but it has nothing to do with us here. Now go find somewhere else to rot away, because it won't be around us, you dying dog. After that, the desperate and anxious Brenda looked frantically for Shelley's house, and when she found it, she started to make her way over there. However, when she arrived at the gated community, she was met by security, who took her into their office. And while stuck with security, the police were called and came in to fill out a report on her. She may have left my dad with a lot of debt back when she ran away from us, but it seems as though she had even more debt now after 20 years of being on the road. And it's entirely safe to say that her life is over with now. From now on, she'll no longer be able to bother Shelley and her family, as a restraining order has been placed on her. And as for all that debt she still has, the bank in law will be handling that part. And I have to say, when it comes to a crazy idiot like her, it's probably the best option having the law take her away. When it comes down to her, I really am thankful that she gave birth to me. But every second after my birth, I have to say that I've hated her and will never forget what she did to my dad and I.
Are you going to be able to come tomorrow? If so, I'm really looking forward to seeing you again.
I'm still planning on coming tomorrow. I heard you had yourself a really beautiful house built, right? I'm sure that even Faye is really happy about that now, too.
Well, this is what Faye had dreamed of happening, so of course she's happy about all of it. If she wasn't smiling about the new house, then I'd really have no clue what she wants and would probably go crazy trying to figure that out.
Have you already gone and told her that I'll be coming over as well tomorrow?
I let her know once already. I said that you'd be around, even when I have my meeting. But I'll do my best to leave a lot of time open to you when you're around, so that we can all talk. We can talk more about all of that later on, as I'd really like to continue talking to you about those things from earlier.
Understood. I'll be coming by myself tomorrow, okay? But I'll make sure that next week I bring everything we talk about up with my leader and we'll discuss things.
Alright, thank you, Gianna. Although, having to be helped by someone like you is a little embarrassing for me.
What are you talking about, Gage? I'm your little sister and want to make sure everything goes well for you, just like you'd do for me if I needed the help. We siblings have to stick together in times like these, right?
Hearing something like that from you really warms my heart. But I still feel as though I should be the one responsible for my company. And now having you around helping me, I need to be more diligent in getting good results.
I'm hoping for that as well for you. But you're my older brother, so you'll be all right. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to seeing you tomorrow and seeing that new house. Gage is having a problem within his company and has gone to resolve the issue. So he won't be back home until after you've already showed up here, okay? That's what I'd heard from him as well. He made sure to tell me before I got into my car. I still plan on being there at the time I told you both yesterday. Is that all right with you still? I heard from him that you're going to be the one to show me around the new house while he's out at the office. But if he's going to be coming home later today, then I can wait for him, or even possibly come over another day if you'd like. What do you want to do? What are you planning to do by coming over to our house? Huh? I heard from him that you're planning on staying the night here and whatnot. But do you think you'll actually be getting anything from us just because we're both well off? Let me tell you right now, if you come into this home and start stealing from us, you're going to be in very deep water. What? Can you slow down for just a minute? Why are you starting to talk about me as though I'd be coming over to steal anything from you two? I have no reason to be stealing from you both, right? I'm just coming over to hang out and talk with the both of you as well as see the new house you both have. Well, think about it, Gianna. You're nothing more than a dirty janitor, right? Excuse me? And all janitors are both lowlifes and moneyless. And now that you've heard that your brother is a CEO, you think you can come over here and take our things? If that's what you're thinking, I'd like you to stand back and rethink your plans. Gage is my husband now, right? He doesn't have the time to take care of moneyless slobs like you anymore. Hold on a second, Faye. I think you have a bit of a misconception of me or something that's making you say all these things. Actually, I don't even know what you're trying to infer about me right now based on all that you've just told me. There we go. You can't even make up a good excuse. You know that I'm right about what I've said about your plan, and now the only thing you can say back to me is that I'm the one with a misconception and that I'm wrong. Well, to start, can you stop looking down on me for being a janitor like that? I'd like to know what's so bad about being a janitor in your eyes. It's due to janitors that the inside and outside of buildings like your husband's are so clean and well kept for everyone working in them. And for the most part, those that work for a cleaning and janitorial company are usually very proud of the work they do and want to do their best. What are you going on about? I feel bad for all you freaks that only have enough brain in you to clean the toilets of complete strangers all day long. The fact that you all are so daft that you can only make money from work like that is just depressing. Your brother ended up being the CEO of a very well-regarded company, yet somehow his little sister had to turn into a crap cleaner. That's so unfortunate for him. When I married him, I never knew he had a tragic little sister like you working a gross job like that. Tragic? That's a bit rude of you to say to me, right? Well, anyway, I'll be arriving at your house here soon, so we can talk more about all of this in person and hopefully clear all of this up. I think you have a misunderstanding of me, so I'd like for that to all go away with a quick explanation from me about who I really am and what my intentions really are. You sad sight! How does it feel to have toilet water thrown all over you like that? If this has taught you anything, then get out of my house and never come back here again. I am appalled. I heard that you were a pretty tough woman when it came to being nice, but for you to actually act out like that towards your own sister-in-law? I only came here today to celebrate my brother moving into a brand new house, but you're telling me that you threw all that toilet water on me just because I'm a janitor? What the hell were you thinking, Faye? I doubt that by asking you that I'll get an answer that I can understand, but I have to ask you at least once. Of course, a lowlife like you would never be able to understand any answer I gave you to that question. Now, to be clear, the reason for all of that was because a lowlife like you thought you could come into this beautiful house of mine. Your beautiful house? That's the house that my brother built, right? So what? Whatever he calls his is also mine, right?
I know that you were having a pretty good time splashing all that water onto me and are feeling on top of the world right now, but you're going to regret all of that real soon. Why should I ever regret what I've done to you? I was just protecting my beautiful house from a beggar like you getting in here. You actually think I'd let your lowlife butt in here? I don't care that you're my sister-in-law, Gianna. I had to throw that water on you to keep you from taking any of my money and things. Then I'll be halting my transfer of any more money to you guys. We don't need whatever money you think you have. And actually, what the hell do you mean you've been giving us money? Do you actually think you can do something like that for us? You are aware that my husband runs a very well-off company, right? Well, I'm sure you don't understand the whole picture right now, but I really didn't expect you to be this blind to what's all been going on around you. Huh? What are you talking about right now, Gianna? I'm going to do just as you've asked and head home. But be aware that the money I've been giving your husband to keep his company from becoming a burning mess will stop. Do you really expect me to believe that you've been giving my husband money to keep his company afloat? I'm going to let him know right now that you've gone home. And please, never come around my beautiful house ever again. I don't have time to cater to scum like you. Understood. I wish you good luck after this. What do you want with me now? Things have changed. Do you think you can start heading back to my house? No. Why the hell would I come back there? What makes you think asking me a stupid question like that after what you'd done would be such a good idea, And what do you mean things have changed for you? Before, I didn't believe a word you'd said about the current state of things regarding you and my husband. But when I told him that you'd gone home already, he was furious. He kept saying I really screwed him over big time. He's on his way home right now in a panic, and I want to know what I should do about him. Why are you asking me what you should do right now about him? Why the hell is Gage freaking out so much right now? To tell you the truth, I am the owner of a cleaning services company, and for a while now I'd been working with my brother to support his company with funding. I'm assuming that he's really worried about all of that right now. Huh? You're the CEO of a cleaning services company? I sure am. I see that you had been confusing me for just being a simple janitor this whole time, but I'm not the one cleaning and doing all that work. Rather, I'm the one running the company that employs people to do that work. And as for my brother's company, it's been on the brink of collapsing for a bit now, and I'd been planning on helping keep him afloat. And as for me coming over today, the reason was for me to talk with him about what to do next regarding the money I'd been handing him and his company. Of course, I was also coming over to celebrate you both moving into that new house, but the main reason was to talk business. No, there's no way that should be true. You're supposed to be some low-level janitor, Gianna. Your brother even told me that you work for a cleaning services company. And that's not wrong. The only difference is that I don't just work for the company, but run it as well as the company's CEO. How many more times do I have to repeat that to you for you to understand me? I get that a long time ago I had been working as a janitor and all, but that was just to learn about the field I'm working in and to understand how to run a company like this one. Is that so? I never heard a thing about any of that. So you're telling me that all of this was just a misunderstanding between us? No matter how you try and think about it, you did misunderstand me. But you having had little idea about who I actually am has nothing to do with me now. Because as of now, I can see that you're totally okay with throwing toilet water all over me because you thought I was a janitor. Well, that was just because I had a misconception of you, a simple misunderstanding. Normally, I'd never actually do anything as rude as that to anyone. You could even call that a joke of sorts. I just assumed you were coming to steal things from us and that since you were supposedly a janitor, the whole splashing toilet water over you would be a good form of defense. I think a person like you won't have much more of a future anymore where you're still married to my brother now. Huh? What does that mean? I'm saying that after this, I don't think you and him are going to have a successful future together. I doubt he's the kind of guy to allow a witch like you to be by his side. Actually, I know a guy like him won't allow that.
I don't really get what you're talking about, but I'm saying that now that my brother and I have a good idea of the person you truly are, we're no longer going to want to have anything to do with you. And really, I don't even have the will to help him with his company any longer, so I'll make sure to let him know that here. Hold on a sec, Gianna. You're joking about actually telling him what happened between us, right? He's already furious with me about sending you home, but if you go telling him about the reason for that, he'll explode and take me down with him. And none of that is anything I'm worried about at the moment. Gianna, let's take a moment to let the air cool between us and talk this over again, okay? How about we both just forget about everything that happened earlier? I'm calm right now, Faye, and the air has remained a very comfortable temperature for me so far. And unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to forget what you just did to me. You literally threw a bucket of toilet water in my face when I walked through the door and started laughing at me when you saw my face. Only those with the most twisted of souls would ever do that to another person over them having a job as a janitor. You really want me to forget that? Think about it. There's really no way to forget any of that. I told you that you're wrong about that. Please listen to what I've been trying to tell you. I really had no clue that you were such an amazing person before I did all of that to you. I just had the idea that you were some failure that's had to live life working as a scummy janitor was all. What I did to you back then was all due to the thought that you were nothing more than a lowlife. Oh God, you think that I'm going to follow your reasoning for all of that? What you're telling me is that you really do hate those that you deem to be lowlives, including janitors. Huh? That's not what I meant by that. Well, with that kind of thinking, you've basically just told me that you hate everyone that works for me in my company, and that they're all scum and have no money. You wouldn't want me telling all of them that now, would you? I'm really confused right now. What the hell are you thinking, talking about people that you know nothing about like that? I'm sorry. I didn't think that you and my brother would be getting this upset with me over what I said. It's just, when most people think of a janitor, they think of someone working a pretty low-level job and someone that's never graduated from college. I'm sorry that my thoughts got to me so easily. But now I can see you're not some low-life scum, but a very successful CEO. So you don't have to worry because I'd never look down on someone that runs their own company and has a lot of money from it. So can you calm down now? I'm your friend, after all. You must not understand the definition of friend, then. Because to me, and anyone else looking at this situation, you're anything but a friend to me. And at this point, I've already let my brother know about everything from today. Huh? What do you mean by everything from today? Well, I started by telling him about how you threw a bucket of toilet water on me, and then about how I will no longer be helping him by funding his company. I also made sure he knew that as long as you're with him, I'd never come around him again. And that he would no longer be getting any kind of help from me ever again. Why would you tell him things like that? You're making me look like the bad guy for some reason. I'm not sure why you ended up the way you are, but after what you've done to me today, I think it's totally acceptable of me to label you as a bad guy of sorts. I told you I understand, though, and I'm apologizing to you now, right? Why are you being so heartless towards me after all the effort I've put into apologizing to you? Are you telling me that you don't want to make up with me after that? What do you mean by us making up? And do you think after all you've done to me, a simple apology is going to get me to forgive you? We're not kids anymore, Faye. You even ended up saying terrible things about the employees working for me, so I'm definitely not forgiving you for that, as I'm sure none of them would. Now, if you want to discuss what's going on right now some more, you can wait for Gage to get home and talk with him. I have nothing left to say to you now, so that's that. Wait a second, though. Gianna, this is all really messed up, right? If you leave things the way they are, I am 99% sure that Gage is going to kick me out of this house. And I'd have to say that that'd be the correct choice when it comes to handling you. Are you kidding me? Why would you say something like that now? Was what I did really that bad? I think you're going a little overboard by saying all of that crap about me. Come on and do something about this, Gianna. Right now, our marriage is on the line, and you're the only one that can do anything to save it. Don't you want to help your brother stay happy? The only reason for your marriage being in danger is due to you being a terrible person, Faye. Now figure something out and try your best to avoid losing your husband. You already told me that I'm not allowed around your house since I'm a lowlife. But if you're thrown out by my brother, that must be because you're more of a lowlife than even me. That would only be fair though, right? Since you made that rule up. Are you really going to say things like that? I apologized for cleaning your face off with that toilet water already, right? I promise I won't say anything bad about you anymore regarding your job, okay? So please, just frickin' forgive me. No thanks. But hey, this all matches exactly with what you said about me. I'm a lowlife, and letting your marriage fall apart is definitely something a lowlife would allow to happen. At least I'm not the one that'll be going through hell here soon, so have fun, you witch. In the end, Gage made his way back home with his face beet red, telling Faye to get out of his house without even giving her a chance to retort. Once he had her outside, he then went and locked all the doors and proceeded to grab all her things and toss them out the window for her to take. Then the following day, he began the process of divorcing her. Faye hasn't had a job of her own for a very long time, and so her pockets were empty leaving that house, and has since been on the streets trying to figure out what to do next. But this is all well-deserved after all the horrible things Faye said and did to Gage's little sister Gianna. Luckily for Gage, after he had gotten rid of and divorced Faye, Gianna came back to him and said that she'd continue to help fund his company. I'm sure she never wanted to threaten him with ending the flow of money to his company, but it was the only way to get him to throw Faye away, which needed to be done after what she'd done to Gianna. Anyway, Faye is going to be on the streets for a long time now following these unfortunate events. But hopefully, while she's going through hard times, she begins to learn the importance of everyone, even those that she considers low lives, like herself.
Apparently my dad hasn't got long left to live. I don't have the time to visit, so go take a look at him in the hospital tonight and tell me what the doctors say. He's being discharged next week, and we're gonna have to stay with him until he kicks it. Clear out the room in my parents' house before then. We'll sleep there.
What? This is all really sudden. What? Is he okay? Why is he at the hospital? Did he collapse? What do you mean he hasn't got long left?
I don't know and don't care. It just means that he's going to die soon. I didn't think that it would happen this soon, so...
Yeah, you must be really shocked. Are you okay?
Shocked? About what?
Your dad must be in a really serious condition if he's been admitted to the hospital so suddenly. It must be tough knowing you don't have much time left with him.
Why would I be in shock about that? I've been waiting for this. If anything, I'm over the moon. It's finally my time.
What? Is this some kind of joke, Liam?
My dad's company. It's finally mine. I bet he's been hiding a massive fortune from me and my mom all these years. He's a real Scrooge, that old man. He's never told us how much he has, and he never gave us money when we said we wanted to buy something. I deserve to inherit everything he has after being so patient. He has the money to let us live in luxury, but he's so cheap. He refuses to give me and my mom anything we want. It's not fair. I'm entitled to that money. He doesn't know how hard I've worked in this company for him.
I'm sorry, what are you talking about? Your dad's in the hospital and you're already talking about your inheritance? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, so what if I am? It's owed to me. I just spoke with my mom, and she says that his condition isn't likely to get any better. He's going to be bedridden, which means he's already got one foot in the grave. There's no better time to talk about my inheritance. Plus, my mom's going to have a hard time taking care of him by herself, and she says that it's a waste of money getting a nurse to take care of him or putting him in a home. So you'll have to do the caretaking. You're my wife, so you can't argue back. Don't expect to get any money out of him either. That money is mine.
What are you talking about?
From now on, you're in charge of taking care of my dad. I'm too busy with work, and your job isn't as important, so you can easily quit. You don't have the right to complain, since I'm going to be rich when I get my inheritance. You should consider yourself lucky for marrying me.
Excuse me? My career is just as important as yours. I can't take care of your dad. You say that you're going to be rich, but as it stands, we're each paying half of the rent and the bills because we're both working.
So what? My dad's the CEO of his company. Once I inherit everything, there's no need for you to work. I can pay everything myself. Lucky you. You're going to be a CEO's wife, and you can stick to being a housewife instead of wasting your time going to work. You're going to have an easy time just staying at home, doing the dishes and cleaning and stuff. What's so hard about that? You should be happy to at least help out with taking care of my dad.
Is that why you suddenly decided we're going to live with your parents? To make yourself look better? So that he wouldn't have any reason to change his mind about passing his company on to you? Even though I'm the one that's going to have to take care of him? You're kidding, right? I don't want to have to do something that troublesome.
What? You can't say that. He's my dad.
Then why don't you take care of him yourself? I'm sure he would be happier if you were with him.
No way, I have work and other stuff. I don't want to deal with an old man like him.
I have work to do. Why do you get to prioritize your job? And what do you mean, and other stuff? What could be more important than taking care of your own dad in his final moments? It's not like you're busy with the housework, because I do all the cooking, cleaning, and the laundry before and after work and on my days off. You make it sound like cleaning is really easy and simple, but it's actually really tiring and time-consuming to keep a house in the condition you always enjoy it in. If anything, you have plenty of free time to take care of your dad yourself.
You're the wife. It's easier for you to quit work, and you married into this family. So you should be happy to sacrifice your job for my sake. It's more worthwhile if I keep my job, since I'm going to be inheriting the position of CEO in a matter of weeks, maybe even days if we're lucky.
I can't believe you actually think that. I'm enjoying my job. I don't want to quit. I'm not sacrificing it for anything or anyone. Can't you respect that?
Respect? Why should I? You're my wife. You're supposed to be supporting me. There's no reason for you to keep your job if we're going to be rich. My mom agrees that that's what we should do, so there's no point arguing about this any further. My mom says that women should be more selfless and give up their job if that's what's necessary for the family. And she's never wrong, so we're going to do what she says.
It's great that you have so much faith in your mom, but you're completely ignoring my opinion. What about what I want to do? We should be working towards finding a solution that suits both of us together, not just forcing an unwanted situation on the other. I need more time to think about this, so I'm gonna go see how your dad is. We can talk later.
My mom and I are going on a trip to a hot spring. I'm leaving my dad to you, so make sure you take care of him properly.
What? Are you going to leave me to deal with everything by myself? What about your dad?
I don't know and don't care. Figure something out.
Huh? What do you mean you don't care?
It's your job to take care of him, not mine. I don't care what you do, as long as you don't hire a nurse or a helper. It's a waste of money. His condition stabilized ever since he collapsed, but there's no telling when it'll be his last day on Earth. So, let me know if he finally kicks it. That's the only report I need, so don't disturb us.
You're seriously going on holiday with your mom? Your dad's bedridden. Don't you want to spend more time with him before he passes? He can't talk so much, but I'm sure he can still hear you. Try talking to him. Where have you been these past few days? You haven't come back at all. I need some time to relax myself, you know? What have you been doing while I've been busy taking care of your dad and doing all the housework?
That's none of your business. I'm free to do whatever I like, whenever I like. I'm a future CEO. Nobody can tell me what to do anymore.
Do you really think that being a CEO means it's okay for you to go and dump all of the stuff you don't want to do onto me? Owning a company doesn't make you any better. You only agreed to let him live with us because you want his company and his fortune, but you haven't even lifted a finger to actually do anything to show that you're worthy of inheriting everything he has.
Well, yeah, it's true I haven't done anything, but what's wrong with that? Why should I do anything when I have a wife to do it for me? All I need is my inheritance. I don't even have to be there when he dies.
I can't believe you. Does your mom really agree with that? Isn't it a little too heartless to decide to go on a holiday when her own husband is on his deathbed?
Of course she doesn't care either. If anything, she was the one that suggested that we go on the trip. She's happy that she's free of having to do the dirty work of helping my dad get changed, go to the toilet and wash him. We're going to be away for a few days so we can get a good rest. Take care of my dad. Oh, and make sure you keep us updated. That's if he gets worse, not if he gets better. I don't want to hear about him making some miraculous comeback to the company.
That's enough, Liam. How can you talk about your own father like that? I never knew you could say something so horrible. You're a terrible son. I've had enough of you and your mother. I knew you weren't perfect when we got married, but I should have realized that you were an asshole much earlier and saved myself the trouble.
I don't care what you think of me. You can insult me all you like, but the only thing that matters to me is that I get my money. I'm anticipating that a lot of money is going to come to me once I take over the company, so I think I'm going to let loose and splurge on this trip. Once I'm CEO, I won't have to worry about money anyways, so I might as well start enjoying the high life.
Oh yeah? While I stay at home cleaning and taking care of your sick dad? You've got some nerve saying that to me.
That's what a wife is for, right? Staying at home and taking care of the house and kids. My dad can't eat or change himself, so he's practically a baby. The only difference is that he's a pretty big one. If you don't like it, you can just leave him there. That might even speed up the process for us, and we can blame you for abandoning him if anyone questions why he was alone. Keep that in mind if you do decide to disappear. That's going to be on your conscience, not mine.
That's enough.
Besides, you don't have anywhere to go, remember? You should be grateful that you've managed to marry a guy like me. With the power and the fortune I'll be gaining, you'll never have to work. The least you can do is take care of my dad until then. He's on his deathbed. You won't have to take care of him for that long. Anyway, I've got to get ready for my trip. I'll see you when I get back. Who's on their deathbed? Huh? I never imagined that my own son would say something so horrendous about me while I was so close to death. I'm disappointed. It bothered me that you and your mother were always whispering about something behind my back. But now I know that it was all about your inheritance and my company. Aren't you ashamed of yourself for making your wife take care of a sick, old man with no help? And not even a word of gratitude? Wait, who is this? This isn't Angela typing. Dad? Who else? Your mother's with you, isn't she? But why are you able to message? I thought you could barely speak, let alone raise your arms to type a message. You were supposed to be dying. What's going on? Well, you were out of the house doing God knows what. Angela was doing her best to take care of me. I made the miraculous comeback that you were dreading. Once I was able to move around more freely, Angela told me that you weren't home and explained everything that had happened. I found out the truth about you and your mother and your true intentions. Wait, you've got this all wrong. If you read the conversation we had until now, then you need to know something. Angela made me say all of that. We had an argument about something really stupid and I said some really bad stuff about everyone that I honestly regret now. You shouldn't take any of it seriously. It looks bad, but it's not my fault. This is one big misunderstanding, I swear. Liam, do you really think that I'm stupid enough to fall for a pathetic lie like that? Thank goodness I found out about what you and your mother were really like before I passed. I would have turned in my grave if I had let you inherit my company and use my money for your stupid shopping sprees. Before that happens, I'm going to rewrite my will. What? You're going to change it? I'm going to leave everything to Angela. What? Are you out of your mind? Why would you give your company to a complete stranger? She's got nothing to do with the company. You let that complete stranger nurse me back to health. What? It's not like she had anything to do with your recovery. She's only been taking care of you for 1 week. You can't just decide that all of a sudden. What are me and Mom going to do? Are you just going to leave us with nothing? I don't have any money to give to a son and wife that were looking forward to me dying. You didn't even think to spend more time with me. You're out on holiday, I hear. I was planning on giving the company to your little brother, but all of my money is going to Angela for being a wonderful nurse. She's worked extremely hard to keep on top of the housework while spending as much time with me, reading to me, and talking to me. She deserves everything I can give her. What? What are you talking about? What do you mean? You're planning on giving the company to Leon? You were never gonna give me the position of CEO in the first place? Even though I'm the eldest? You don't have what it takes to run a company. The only reason why you even have a job is because you have the same last name as me. You never earned anything for yourself. On top of that, you used your connection to me to influence the people around you and never worked a day in your life. I hear that you've been sitting at your desk, twiddling your thumbs while some other office worker works overtime to finish your work. You haven't done anything to deserve the position of CEO. That's not true. Who told you that? They're lying. They're just trying to turn you against me. You don't even deserve to have a woman like Angela as your wife. She's much too good for you, too generous and too kind. She's wasted on a selfish man like you. What you've done is unforgivable. What are you talking about? You've got to forgive me. No, wait, I haven't even done anything that needs forgiving. Believe me. This is all part of Angela's plan. She's been after your money ever since she married me. She's turning you against me so that she'll get everything. Enough. I'm not interested in your lies, Liam. As long as I'm alive, you're not getting anything. And I'm going to make sure that you can't inherit anything even after I'm gone. You're not welcome in my company or in my home. Don't you dare show your face to me ever again. Don't say that, Dad! I'm your favorite son! Please, wait!
That's what you get.
Huh?
You seem pretty flustered after being lectured and practically disowned by your dad. How pathetic.
Angela? This isn't funny. Why did this happen? Why did you show my dad the conversation we had?
Your dad's been up and around for the past 2 days and his condition has improved a lot since he woke up. We've had time to talk about a lot of things since you've been out, and I still have time off of work.
Seriously? Why didn't you tell me he was up? You tricked me!
I never tricked you. You told me that you didn't want to hear about him getting better, so I didn't mention it. But I suggested that you come back and be with him, remember? I didn't have anyone else to talk to about how you had completely left me to deal with everything by myself. And I've been stressing about a lot of other things besides this incident, so I told him everything. He was happy to give me advice on what I should do with you. Now he knows everything. You're finished, and you only have yourself to blame.
This isn't funny, Angela. Do you understand what you've done? You've ruined your husband's life.
Oh, what are you so upset about?
Why wouldn't I be upset? I'm going to lose my job, my company, my money, all because of you. Stop Dad before he seriously changes the will.
Whose money? Didn't you understand your dad? You don't have any right to it.
Listen to me. I'm your husband.
I don't have any obligation to listen to anything you say, whether you're my husband or not. You may not be able to tell, but I'm pretty pissed off myself.
What? Why would you be pissed off?
You're an idiot if you don't understand why, and you don't have any right to be angry with me. Your dad is furious and with good reason. He's made his decision based on the way you treated him and he treated me. You don't have any right to change his mind. You can try all you like to make it my fault, but you can't escape the fact that you caused this yourself. If you have a problem with that, why don't you try and make an argument? Because I'll shoot it down.
Wait a minute. Why are you so angry? I'm the one that should be angry right now.
Of course I'd be angry. You were trying to go on holiday, fully aware that your dad was in bad condition, hoping that you get news that he had passed away while you were gone. You're the worst. Not only that, I have proof of the affairs you've had, and I've passed the evidence on to your dad for him to look at.
Affairs? What are you talking about? I haven't had any affairs.
I've been thinking about filing for a divorce for a long time. I just didn't know when would be the best timing. But it looks like there's no need to think it over anymore. If anything, thanks for giving me the opportunity to break it off.
What? You are thinking about divorce? Since when? Why would you want divorce? Don't you understand that you're a lucky woman for being with me? I'm the CEO's son. What else could you possibly want?
It's taken a while, but I can finally see you for who you really are. I can see that you're not the man that you made yourself out to be when we were dating. Living with you and being married to you has shown me how selfish, lazy, unreliable, and dependent you are. I haven't been living with a husband, I've been living with a big baby. And because of how horrible your behavior has been, your dad's even offered to pay for my lawyer to make sure that I have the advantage in court.
What? Why would he support you? I'm his son. He should be defending me, not backing you up. What the hell did you say to him to turn him against me?
I told him everything. Unlike you, your dad's a good person. He told me that I was just being taken advantage of and that there was no need for me to endure your treatment any longer. And from now on, your dad's going to receive the care he deserves from a home for the elderly, without anyone telling him that he's a waste of money. I'm happy to help him out if he ever needs anything, but keep in mind that I'm not interested in keeping in touch with you. Once we're divorced, we're over.
It's your fault that I'm not going to be CEO and that I'm going to lose my job and you're running away? That's not funny, Angela. You can't run away from me. That's not fair. You should suffer just as much as me.
I'm going to leave your parents' house, but don't even think about coming back to our place. I'm going to live there alone.
What? I thought you already returned our keys to the landlord.
No, I haven't given the landlord notice. I was already planning to ask for a divorce, so I decided that it would be a waste to give the apartment up. But I've already changed the keys, so there's no point trying to get back in. Your stuff is all here at your parents' anyways, so you don't have any reason to go back. If you try and force your way in, I won't have any choice but to call the police and report you for trespassing.
Are you being serious? You really want to get divorced?
Of course I do. I'm very sure that it's for the best.
Don't come crying to me when the divorce is over and you can't get any of the inheritance Dad promised you. Come on, I'll forgive you for threatening to divorce me, so let's work together to get my dad to give us his money.
No, thank you. Your dad's already worked on a way to leave me his money even if I'm not married to you. I told him that I didn't need anything and that all I want is to get a divorce, but he was insistent that I receive something for taking care of him.
What do you mean? He's already found a way to leave you his money? It's better if we stay together, don't you think?
You just want to stay together so that you can enjoy the inheritance I will receive from your dad. Well, we knew that you might start saying stuff like that, and might even refuse to sign the divorce papers, so we've already hired a successful lawyer to cover our case. She's the best divorce lawyer, so you won't even stand a chance.
You've already prepared that much?
Your dad was saying that he's planning on divorcing your mother, too. You're not only going to lose your job and your inheritance, you're both going to lose your spouses and your homes. You can become homeless for all I care. You both deserve what's coming to you.
What? He's going to divorce Mom? Why?
Apparently, your mom was cheating on him, too. She didn't even bother to hide it. She took advantage of him being bedridden and brought her partners into their home. Like mother, like son, I guess. You should both take this chance to reflect on what you've done and learn to respect other people before you remarry. That's if anyone is willing to.
Mom was cheating on Dad? I never heard anything about that. Is he really going to divorce her?
You should be more worried about yourself. The only reason you had a job was because your dad gave you that position. But now he knows everything. You're not going to be able to work for his company anymore. You're not even going to inherit anything. You're not going to be able to live the high life like you hoped you would.
Angela, wait. Think about this. I never imagined that things would turn out like this. I didn't mean for any of this to happen. I just got ahead of myself when I heard the news about my dad. Come on, let's stay together and help each other out. I need you, Angela. I can't live without you. Please, you can't leave me.
Oh, really? I can live happily without you. If anything, you need to learn to do the housework yourself for once. There's no way I'm living with you ever again.
You're seriously abandoning me?
You're the one that pushed me to make this decision. If you wanted me to stay, you should have been more caring and more willing to think about my needs as well as yours. The more you beg, the more pathetic you look, so I wouldn't suggest pushing the issue any further. Anyway, I hope you'll enjoy your fancy trip to the hot springs with your mom. You should make the most of it, since you'll be experiencing hell when you get back here. I can't wait to get justice for everything. I had to suffer while I was with you. See you in a few days' time. In the end, Angela cooperated with her father-in-law to fight both Liam and his mother in court. Apparently, Liam continued to beg her to change her mind even after he returned from his trip, but Angela ignored him until the papers were signed and filed. After the divorce was done, she only told him that she never wanted to see him again and refused to talk about the inheritance. Her father-in-law had returned to full health in a matter of days, making it pointless to talk about the inheritance. Angela's mother-in-law had no choice but to accept the terms of the divorce and was kicked out of their home. Liam lost his job, and because he believed that he would inherit his father's fortune, he had never saved any money. He was without a job and a home, and was going to have to live hand-to-mouth for a while. He's still paying the compensation he owes to Angela while living with his mother in a shabby apartment, working day and night to earn enough to feed both himself and his mother. As for Liam's mother, the shock of getting divorced and losing the lifestyle she had enjoyed for decades caused her to become a shut-in, and she had started showing signs of dementia. Liam had to take care of her himself since he didn't have enough money to put her in a home, and finally realized how much trouble he had caused Angela by forcing her to take care of his father. Both of them had finally gotten what they deserved.
Mara, what are you doing? Why did you think it was such a good idea to punch someone like me in that way? All I was doing was coming over to your place for the first time with Adam to see you face to face and talk to you about us getting married. Why? You're asking me why I'd do something like that to you? Oh, that's because someone, I mean you, was trespassing in my house behind my son, so of course I had every right using violence against you. I have no husband to protect me anymore, so I had to fend for myself and make sure you weren't going to cause any problems. Also, I want you to stop talking to me like I'm someone you know, all right? Even having to think of you as being someone who's a part of my family makes me feel sick to my stomach. So, Mara, are you really that opposed to me getting married to your son, Adam? When we talked over the phone before, you never acted like you hated me in any way or that you were upset about me being with him. You know for a fact that I oppose it now. Back then when we talked, I didn't know enough about you, but now? Who would ever want their son to marry a used-up whore? So you're not happy about the fact that this will be my second time getting married then? Yes. I'm sure that this time will be the same as the last. You'll become bored of Adam and leave him just like your last husband to go and find someone new to be your husband, right? After all, you are the type of whore that can never last with a single man and must always go out to find yourself a new one. That wasn't the reason for me having to leave my last husband, though. So how about instead of punching someone first, you listen to what they have to say to you about the person they are? not going to waste my time listening to whatever useless spiel you have saved up to try and fool me. I already learned everything I needed to know about you. And that is that you are a woman loaded with problems that I will not let my son be exposed to. I'm sure you're the one responsible for your husband having to leave you last time, right? Why do you feel as though you already know everything about me already? I am a pro at judging other women and their life stories just by looking at them. And also, when it comes to you, you're not even working a proper job, right? No, I'm working a proper job. I just don't have to leave my house if I don't want to work. You must know that my son is in the middle of finding himself a job, right? Are you working a job right now that'll allow you to take care of him while he's out searching for a new job? As of right now, I'm the one supporting the two of us. I know that. And you're only doing that because my son is putting his best foot forward in finding the perfect job for himself. Do you think that because you're the only one with a job right now that you are better than Adam? No, I don't think that at all about myself. I find it pretty rare that a son's mother would be totally fine with his wife supporting him. Well, we're not going to talk any further about something like that. I'm not actually okay with you supporting him as his wife, and I don't want you married to him at all. I will never let my son be with a woman who's already used up and has nothing left to give. If me punching you has opened your eyes to that fact, then never come around me and my family ever again, you whore! You're not regretting your actions at all, are you? You think I'd regret punching you? I found it quite pleasing hitting a used-up hag like you.
Hey, Liz, can you please stop getting so worked up over what happened? My mom has always been that kind of woman. So, you know...
You're asking me not to be worked up over something as serious as what happened? What the hell do you mean she's just that kind of person, Adam? I was punched by your mom. Are you telling me she acts like that towards all kind of people then? Not just me?
That's not what I meant. And no, I get that she hit you. I totally get that it probably hurt a bit. But, well, you wouldn't want to ruin things between us, would you? So please, just forgive her for what she did to you. I'm sure it'll never happen again, and that she'll get used to me being with you very soon.
Why am I supposed to be the one forgiving her for something like that when she's going to do that again at any time? I was the one that got assaulted by that woman. Are you not worried at all about how I feel right now?
What? No. Of course I'm really worried about you, Liz. I'm also sure that you are very shocked by what happened. So I wanted to come and calm you down a little. I'm not asking you to let her get away with something like that, all right?
This isn't even about me being shocked by what she did, though. This is about how she wouldn't even give me a chance by listening to what I had to say and just resorted to violence right off the bat. I feel I might have to tell the police about what happened between her and I.
Why do you think you need to do something as unnecessary as that? Telling the police? I don't think that'll help our situation any. I think you're just taking things a little too far by doing that. You're not actually gonna talk to the police about what my mom did, right?
You think that would be me taking this way too far? What the heck are you even going on about, Adam? I was just punched by your mother when I came into her house with you. And you're going to say that wasn't her taking things way too far? Adam, are you actually on your mom's side in all of this? Because that's really what you're making this look like right now.
I'm not on anyone's side right now, Liz. But...
Hold up, you should be on my side right now, Adam. You saw me get punched by your mom for no reason at all. Also, right now, your mom thinks that I'm some kind of used-up whore for some reason. Why did you not step in and try to clear things up with her about that?
What? Well, hold on, Liz. She's not wrong when she says that.
You don't think her calling me a whore is wrong? What the actual frick, Adam?
Well, you have been with another man before me, right? I forgot what the reason was for you and your ex getting a divorce and all, but...
Is that right? I am completely shocked right now. What you just said to me I think I'm going to have to call this marriage thing with you off, Adam. You don't even seem to know a thing about me still, and we've been together for years now.
Huh? What? Call our marriage off? You'd never do that to me, right? Hold your horses now, Liz. Why do you think you have to end things with me right now? I understand that I might not be the best pillar of support for you at times, but even still...
I'm sorry, but this just isn't going to work for me anymore. The way you think of me, it's just not something I'm going to accept from someone who I'd make my husband. I'm going to go talk to the police about what your mom did, and then I'm going to throw away the marriage forms we had filled out.
Why? Why are you going to do that?
I can see that you're only thinking about yourself right now, and I'm not having any of that. I'm sure you don't see things that way, but it's the truth.
But even if we're not going to be engaged to one another anymore, you still love me as your boyfriend, right? You just want to see how things will pan out for a little bit here. And you'll still be my girlfriend, right?
Nope. You and I are breaking up.
Huh? Wait a second, Liz. I'm not gonna allow you to leave me like that. Why do you think you have to break up with me?
Because you are a self-centered loser who doesn't care about how I feel anymore. I'm sure the only reason you still even want to be with me now is because without me, you'd never be able to join my company, right?
No, it's not just that.
I already get it now. I get what you and your mom are about, and I'm not sticking around for it. Goodbye forever now.
Hold on for just a second!
Mara, I'm no longer going to be getting married to Adam now. I just thought it'd be kind of me to let you know that this is the way things have ended up.
Great! Hearing from you that you're going to do that makes me very happy. I don't have to worry myself too much anymore thinking about how a whore like you could have been a part of my family. So now, be aware that you are never allowed anywhere near my family ever again. And of course, that also means no more meeting with Adam anymore, all right?
All right. Since even you're asking that from me now, then I'm definitely not ever going to go around Adam again.
And if you try to get Adam to do anything to me, I'll make you pay for it. He is a kind man, after all, and if he was to side with you after this, I'd have a really hard choice to make.
Of course I'm not going to do anything to get him to go against you. I'm not going to even talk to Adam anymore. I will hold true to my promise that he and I are through, and I will not be talking with any of you anymore.
It's great to see that a whore like you at least has somewhat of a head on your shoulders. I'm happy to see that. But Liz, do remember that I really hate women that don't know how to treat their man right. When it comes to me, before my husband passed away, I spent every second of my life devoting myself to him and only him. So seeing someone like you who finds it fun to sleep around with all kinds of men and move from one to another looking for marriage as a totally disgusting thing.
Why are you starting to say that I sleep around with other men now as well?
You happened to be divorced by your last husband, so I'm aware of what the reason for that was for. He divorced you because you were sleeping with other men, right? And so I'm never going to let my important little man be in the arms of someone as unfaithful as you.
You don't have to worry yourself with me anymore. I was never planning on marrying Adam for what little money he has or anything like that anyway. Now just remember, Mara, that after this, even if you try once to sway me back into marrying Adam, it's not happening. And you're not going to regret me not wanting to marry him anymore, right?
Why do you think I'd ever regret him not ending up with you? I'm so happy to see you leaving that I might be grinning for days. From here on out, I'm going to help him find a proper woman to be married to. Someone who's never been married before and is willing to give everything for Adam.
Is that right? Well then, good luck finding a woman for him like that.
Goodbye forever, you disgusting loser.
Mom, this is all your fault, Mom. Why did you end up having to punch Liz like that?
I'm so sorry, Adam. That was a complete shock for all of us. But listen, Adam, I did all that for the sake of protecting you, all right? I know for a fact that there are better women in this world who are a lot better for you.
All you did was cause bigger problems for me. It's all because of you, Mom, that my future is ruined.
Adam? Did you really want to marry her that badly that you blame me for something like that? That whore was not right for you. You are supposed to be married to a much more faithful and gorgeous-looking woman. And before we go looking for a woman like that, we need to get you a job. Let me ask some of my friends for you about jobs in town.
There were plans for me to be hired into the company that Liz owns.
Huh? Liz has her own company?
Yes. Liz is the CEO of her own company. And it's not just any old company, but one that's been on TV plenty of times now because it's so famous. Right now, her company is making huge profits every year, and at the rate it's going, it'll be one of the largest and most well-known companies of all time.
What? That woman? That woman has a company like that?
How hard do you think I've been trying to make things work with her in order to get myself a job within that company? She's a beautiful woman, and has been on tons of magazines and in all kinds of shows on TV. I was finally going to be able to marry a woman like her, and then be hired into that company of hers. Then I would have never had to worry or complain about life again.
I'm sorry, Adam. I didn't know anything about all of that at the time.
And also, Mom, I have a feeling that you're getting pretty close to using all of Dad's money up by now, right? Had I been able to get into that company of Liz's, I would have been able to send you money each month. Well, now you've gone and ruined both our lives.
Had I known about all of this, I would have never yelled at her or hit her. Why did you never tell your mom about the fact that she owns a really outstanding company or that she was going to hire you?
You think I could tell you that she'd be the one getting me a job?
Hey now, I wouldn't have thought anything of that, Adam.
Well, for right now, all of this is your fault. And I don't think it'll ever not be your fault. Liz has also said that she's going to tell the police about what you did to her. She has a lot of lawyers under her already, ready to help her. So I advise you to get ready for that.
Hey, who are you sided with right now, Adam? To me, it seems you care about her more than your own mother.
I'm on nobody's side right now, Mom. I was really trying to help you by telling Liz not to worry so much about you. But what you did last time was taking things too far, and that's why this is all happening to us. Not only has she broken up with me, but she's also having me leave her penthouse now. I don't have a home anymore, Mom, all because you couldn't control your childish behavior.
Well, you can always come back and live here with me. How does that sound to you? You can come back to your mama and we can both live together again, like old times.
Are you freaking joking, Mom? You think me coming back to you is going to change anything? I know that you don't even care about what I want. Because no matter who I get married to, you'll feel lonely because I'll have my own woman and get jealous again.
I don't ever feel lonely and jealous. I really just want for you to be happy, Adam.
You liar! All you've done so far is ruin any chance of happiness I was ever going to have. I don't want to even talk with you anymore. Mom, I'm cutting all ties with you.
You do that to me? Wait a second, Adam.
Don't you ever try calling or texting me again, all right?
Hey, Liz, I really messed up a lot this time. I never even knew that you had yourself your own company, and a very respectable one at that. So I'm asking you, please get married to Adam for me. Nope, it's not happening. Why not? I'm trying to apologize to you right now after what happened. You can go ahead and tell the police about everything I did to you, all right? That's totally fine. But I'll only let you do that if you go ahead and marry Adam. Please. You must have heard all about this from Adam, then. That because of you, we are no longer getting married and he's upset about it? That boy is a jerk for yelling at me like that. Adam is supposed to be a perfect little man to his mother. Well, if he's such a perfect little man to his mother, then he should also be able to find another woman to marry him, right? Wouldn't it be just embarrassing for him to have to marry a used-up whore like me when he's so amazing?
I've come to learn that Adam is the only one meant for you, Liz. If he's not able to marry you in the end, then he's really going to go ahead with cutting ties to me. So please, Liz, please just get married to Adam for me like you always wanted.
Just a few hours ago, you had sworn to me something, right? That no matter what happened after we talked, I wouldn't be marrying Adam and you wouldn't regret it, right?
Wait, you can go ahead and forget about all that.
You want to go back on something we swore? Mara, you called me a used-up whore because I ended up getting a divorce from the last man I married. Yet now, after all the crap you'd done and said to me, you want to go back on all you said just to make sure you're not the one coming out on the bottom?
No?
I'm going to follow through with what I swore on. I mean, I'm a good person after all, so I don't mind never having to think about marrying him again. And just as you've been told by Adam, I'm going to tell the police about you hitting me. I believe now is the best time of all times to start looking for a lawyer who can help you reduce the settlement you'll have to pay me.
Why is everything all falling in around me?
Well, the reason for that is simple. You judged my character way too soon before giving me a chance and then punched me for it.
I did not judge you too soon, Liz, and there are plenty of reasons as for why I thought you were a total waste for him. I mean, you were the one that cheated on your last husband, and that's why he divorced you, right? That's a fact. I had every right to not want my son marrying someone who thought it was okay to cheat when they were married.
I have never once in my life cheated on my partner.
Then why did he divorce you? It's always been the woman at fault when there's a divorce at stake.
To tell you the truth, we never even got a divorce the way you might think.
Huh? Then you're telling me that even now you have relations with your ex? You are a whore! No matter how you think of it now, you are the most disgusting woman on this planet. One might even call you a witch for that.
My husband passed away 5 years ago due to unfortunate causes.
Huh?
I never ever cheated on him, nor did he and I ever get a divorce. We both loved one another to the very end, and I still love him to this day. He was not only my husband either, as he helped me with my company a ton, and I thought of him as one of my best business partners.
Is that so? Well, I never knew about that.
I know that, Mara. And neither did Adam know a thing about that. And that's why the two of you just assumed I had gotten a divorce or something back then. Adam never would listen to the whole story I'd tell him, as he'd always nod off halfway through. And in your case, you never even gave me the chance to tell you.
But listen, Liz, I'm on your side now, right? I myself had my husband pass away a little while ago, so I completely sympathize with how you feel right now. I promise that whatever I had said to you before, I take it back and never speak of it again.
I don't care about that. The fact that you treated me like total crap and even went as far as hitting me over not liking who you thought I was will never go away. I'm going through with what I told both of you, and that's telling the police about you and breaking up with Adam.
Hey now, please! I really did some bad things to you, Liz, but I've learned my lesson now and will never judge you like that again.
And you should be learning your lesson after something like this.
Are you really never going to find a way to forgive me and let this all go?
At this point, it's not about me forgiving you or not forgiving you. You did something you were not supposed to do, no matter the situation, and I'm afraid you might do it again someday.
Well, do you even have evidence of me punching you like you said?
Excuse me?
I'm asking if you even have any evidence of me hitting you like you keep saying I did.
No, wait. Repeat that one more time for me, Mara.
You said you're going to tell the police about this, right? But I've never once punched you at any point in my life.
Mara, is this your attempt at trying to run away from things then? Well, I guess I can't do anything to stop you. I mean, your son is going to pay for this all just as much as you, but you're still only thinking about yourself in the end?
I'm asking you to show me what evidence you have of me ever punching you at any time. You must have something, right? You don't? Well, then perhaps it's time you stopped trying to threaten me with such BS.
Dang, you really got me this time, Mara.
I'm going to assume you saying you learned your lesson was all just a lie to try and save your own skin? Oh, I have learned my lesson, Liz. I should have listened to you a bit more to learn that your husband is in fact dead and you never cheated on him. But I'm not going to sit here and feel sorry over something I never did to you. Well, Mara, when you have to show up to the courtroom and you still act like a smartass, you'll find that there will be nobody there who is willing to listen to your crap. Is that really what you want to do? You really want to keep acting that way, only increasing the amount of repercussions there will be for yourself? The only problem that's occurring right now is you trying to sue me for something I never did. I want you to send me, right now, the evidence you have of me punching you. All right then, take a look at this video for me. Wait a second, what is that? You were taking a video of that? Actually, my company specializes in selling security and recording goods used for people that want to avoid being falsely accused of anything in the future, or to help them win court cases. And a lot of the things we make happen to be accessories that have small cameras and microphones in them for instances like these. We also dabble in drive recorders and things like that for cars, but our specialty are things much more personal. What? I have footage of you verbally assaulting me at first, all the way to you physically assaulting me. And I also have the audio from that, so everyone in the courtroom will be able to witness it all unfold. But hold on, you said you never laid a finger on me, right? No, this is all made up. This is all fake. Go ahead and claim that, but just know your last effort to try and get away has failed. Isn't this camera amazing? I'd love for you to buy one yourself and give it a try sometime. What is wrong with you? Well then, Mara, I'll be seeing you in court the next time we speak. And I'm now raising the amount I'll ask for in the settlement after what you just tried pulling there. Why? Why are you doing this? I really hope that after the court case, you learn a valuable lesson. Please and thank you. Well, this was all a bunch of fun, right? You almost had me in the first half there, but that punch and your mama's boy son really sealed the deal in making me hate the both of you. That was a close one. Hey, I really am sorry for what happened. I understand that it's really hard to go through life after losing your loved one like that. That's why I always hate hearing these stories about other people leaving the people they thought they loved because one of them cheated. Why do they get to keep their partners and take them for granted, but not us, right? I almost sort of understand what you mean there, but that's not a good enough reason for calling me such horrible things and then punching me. You know that, right? No matter how much you try and get me to feel bad for you or apologize to me, I'm not going to forgive you. Is there really no way for me to show you that I'm really sorry? I'm asking you to please listen to me. If you let me talk about myself a little more, I'm sure you'll understand how I was feeling then. Stop it with all that sobbing, would you? I don't care to listen to your useless sob story and waste all my time. After that, I went ahead and blocked Mara's number and everything. Adam tried relentlessly to get me to rethink what I was doing, but I cannot trust him anymore as the person he is, and so I totally ignored him. I kicked Adam out of my penthouse, and then I myself moved out of there into a smaller home more fit for a single woman like me. A little while after that, there was a court case against Mara, and like I said to her, it was all an easy win for me. She really tried her hardest to use the fact that her husband had died as a way to make her look as though the stress that caused her to hit me was not her fault, but nobody bought that. And it didn't help that I showed the jury screenshots of what she had said to me about having not even punched me in the first place, which only helped dig her an even deeper hole to end up in. By the time she realized that everyone in the courtroom had heard enough of her sob story and BS, she sat down and all the life in her face just drained away. I was able to get a lot of money from her in the settlement, and will be waiting for that money to come to me. Adam has totally cut ties to his mom now, and whenever she tries to get a hold of him or go out to find him, he never responds to her. There are even rumors going around now that Mara is so lonely not having anyone around her anymore, that she'll try stalking Adam to see where he goes next. When it comes to what Adam is doing now, he still was never able to find himself a job. And so he was forced to leave town and start working out in the countryside. With the loss of everyone she thought was close to her, and with most of her husband's money being used up now, I really wonder what Mara's doing with herself now. As for what's happened to myself, I've become a little turned away from the thought of marriage and have now been putting a lot of my time into the work I do within my company. Even now, my company is making bank, and I'm working to only expand the company even more for the sake of ramping up production. And until I find myself another man who I think is actually worthy of my time, I'm going to keep treating my work as though it's my partner. And I'll keep doing this all with the thought of my deceased husband being right beside me.